Welcome to Remote Places, New Zealand. This is Dudley Moore. Today we head for the Waioeka Gorge, part of State Highway 2, which makes a great detour travelling to Gisborne from the Bay of Plenty. Formed out of hard Urewera Greywacke Rock by the relentless action of water running out of the ranges down to the sea, carving, cutting its way down to shape this formidable intrusion into the hinterland. It has created a spectacular, remote, fortress-like gorge that dramatically changes due to the weather and seasons experienced here. It was inhabited first by birdlife, varied, beautiful and plentiful. Then years later discovered by Māori, who used it to access the interior, but also as a place of refuge after battles or in times of tribal or colonial invasions. Back then the riverbed was the main track, so it would have been extremely hazardous in times of high water flow. In 1906, land settlement was attempted, but from 1920 on, most were abandoned due to the difficult farming conditions faced. Today there is only little farming visible and some pine plantations for all the hard work of those early settlers. You can see some of that early activity on the popular Tauranga walk, a 5.3k 80-minute stroll across the old Tauranga bridge and up around the valley. It is an ideal spot to break your journey. In 1912, an early road was started, very rough and initially just a horse track. It was widened for car travel in 1929, and the current sealed road was started in 1950 and finished 12 years later in 1962. The nature and size of the terrain means that keeping this road open is a continuous battle with slips and slumps which frequently close it even today. This is considered one of New Zealand's finest scenic river drives. You can see why as you travel through bush-covered hills, looking down upon a beautiful, rugged river. One rural activity that the Waioeka Gorge has seen plenty of is droving. This shorter route from Poverty Bay through to the Bay of Plenty and onto the Waikato has seen many a cattle mob and sheep flock wandering their way along. The pace was usually slow, allowing the stock to graze on the long acre to maintain or put on weight before they arrived at the stockyards for sale. Those not familiar with the long acre, it is the roadside between the road and the property fence, usually covered in grass, which provides free feed to those wandering animals. When we lived in Whakatane in the late 70s, early 80s, I can remember seeing this activity then. Often a drover in a ute and caravan were in the front, making sure all the gates were closed and putting a dog on the side roads to direct the stock. Then came the browsing stock, spread out along the roadside. Another drover with 6 or 8 dogs bringing up the rear and setting the pace. Traffic had to slow to a crawl as they passed through the mob, as animals often decided that the grass on the other side was greener just then. To exit the gorge, we climb up over Trafford's Hill, which rises to 725 metres. And here the scenery changes from bush to pastoral farmland, and the terrain also becomes gentler. Soon we arrive at Matawai, the main township on the Opotiki to Gisborne Highway, a great spot for a pie, ice cream or toilet stop. Or if you want to explore the area further, there is accommodation here also. We trust you enjoyed viewing this Remote Places New Zealand video, one of our Detour series. Making this one has made me realise here in New Zealand we often take the beauty we live amongst for granted. In two relatively small islands, we have an incredible range of sights. Make sure you get out and enjoy this wonderful creation that New Zealand has to offer. Please subscribe and ring the bell, as it greatly assists us with the development of our channel. You have a great day, and thank you, Dudley Moore at Remote Places New Zealand.